But before that, we gotta get Raw. Right? There's only 3 this week.
I'm never saying that.
Especially, you know, you gotta get. You gotta get this
Except when I'm
sandwich.
talking about this.
Exactly.
But to be fair, this show is actually pretty decent.
So the A show of the week, Fight Me.
It was.
This shit was
NXT?
dope. Nah, Raw.
Raw was pretty good.
Raw was money.
Yeah, you know why it was pretty good? Because it's all been garbage. So even the subpar seems excellent
Alright, so-
and brilliant.
Right off the bat, this wild shit got me confused as fuck. Man.
Exactly. You said this was good.
Well, we get past this, and it gets, you know, once you scrap off that
Yeah, they
burnt crisp on the
they
top.
say the same thing about anal. All right.
This is where you press the button. Yes.
My man said.
So
What?
the wildcard shit, it did make slightly more sense for me for Raw than it did SmackDown this week, only because they were in London.
Okay.
So I guess maybe it was a scheduling thing. This is why is this a temporary
No.
fix for the to bring the wildcard?
What
in?
it sounded like is I need to do something because ratings are terrible.
Right.
So I'm gonna put all of my biased heavy hitters on the one show.
I mean,
That's
because
exactly what it
definitely
was.
not having Reigns on London
Because
show is not best for business.
Having 3 wrestlers from Raw on SmackDown and 3 wrestlers from SmackDown on Raw, what the fuck does that do? How is that supposed to excite me?
It
They're gonna pick a fight with somebody?
if
That's what
anything,
she
it
said.
keeps the story, it keeps the storyline going, but that specific
It just
storyline.
mixes up the storylines.
That-
right?
Yeah,
'Cause-
because now you
'cause-
have other people from other shows tying
Hey,
into those.
AJ
those
Styles
storylines.
fought last 2 weeks, right? I remember what fucking show.
Because it was on all of
He
them.
was
Both
on all
of
of
them.
them, right?
Both of them.
Which is, I mean, we're used to seeing that
But
anyway.
that AJ Styles package though,
That's what she said.
and then the video that they played.
Fuck. Miss TV with Roman Reigns.
Yeah.
Man, whatever.
I wasn't there for it. I
Whatever.
was there,
I'm
but I
just-
wasn't there
I'm
for it.
just-
Reigns got some booze, yo.
I mean, that's normal.
I'm just glad that they attacked him.
I kind of want to see Miz heel again, bro.
Yeah. Listen, he's been doing a good job, but
It's been doing a good job.
he's
It's
just
more
not
Shane
as
McMahon.
good.
I
Huh?
just don't believe Shane McMahon is a heel.
Yeah,
So
Out of all the McMahons, he's the weakest heel.
but he's not doing a bad job.
Eh,
He's just not believable.
yeah.
But he's.
I was just gonna
That's
say
a
that
bad
right
job.
now.
I don't believe it. Yeah, I guess.
I
You're
don't
right.
The
believe
heel
anything
Shane
Bobby
McMahon,
Lashley does.
the heel Shane McMahon reminds me of the old Shane McMahon, but we're not having the old Shane McMahon. We have the old man Shane McMahon. That
Yeah.
gray hair just doesn't it doesn't help.
Nah, I don't think it's the aesthetics. I just think he's
Yeah.
not in it. He's not feeling it. He's doing what his father wants him to do.
Nah, but you know, no, because
He's taking out the garbage.
he's never really been
Saca la
good
flor.
at like intensity,
Like
And-
that chair shot.
and I feel like to be a heel, there's got to be like a sense of
Yeah.
like
Sinister.
you know, fuck him, you know, and he's
You
trying,
know, he's
fuck
trying to
'em.
play
Vince.
a privileged.
he's trying
No,
to
no,
play, he's trying
'cause
to be
he's
Vince,
very indifferent.
and that's
Right?
who he is.
He's very
He's
indifferent about
indifferent.
it. So it's kind of like,
Meh.
but that's not motivated. That
Miz-
doesn't instill any type of
Come on, how-
right. That only works if you're able to be regal about it. And he's really not being regal about it either. He's not really being snotty. He's
Regal.
just being kind of like
Regal, nigga.
Oh, I thought you said Rico, like the guy from.
not
3
Rico
Minute-
Suave.
like the Billy and Chuck. Rico.
Oh,
Oh, the manager, the valet.
The Miz and Roman Reigns versus Bobby Lashley and Elias came shortly thereafter because
Bathroom break.
Yeah, I wasn't
Who
there for that
cares?
either.
And yeah, this was a good Raw.
baby faces go over.
It gets better, trust me.
Wow,
Because then when you
wow.
get the AJ Styles package that I was talking about.
Look, you
Oh, yeah.
Stop
And
looking
then
at
the-
that man's midriff.
So next was Mojo Rawley and Apollo Crews.
Yo, he squashed Cruz like that?
Yo, but why?
With his cara sandwich face?
Yo, when did Mojo Rawley like get eczema out the ass? Yo, like what is going
Out the
on?
face.
Yo, I'm
He
sorry.
fell asleep on the marker.
I'm sorry,
That's
but
somebody
And it's
posted
just
that
like-
on the
I don't.
social media.
I can't watch Mojo Riley after he debuted on 205, or was it main event? Shout out
Main
to
event,
Corey
main
Graves
event probably.
because when he debuted this whole gimmick shit on his face, Corey Graves goes, "We get it, you're Glacier. Congratulations."
Yeah. No, it was so bad. Corey Graves cut his hair, or
For
that was
that.
his wife.
Oh god.
So Nikki Cross had a segment that was kind of weird, guys.
Yo,
I wasn't mad at it though.
it was
I
for the
wasn't
it was for
mad
the,
at
it was for the home crowd.
Yeah.
I don't care how sprung anybody is on Alexa Bliss. Dog, there's something wrong with this chick.
With Alexa Bliss.
Yeah.
Like health wise?
Yeah, she's missing action. Like, yo, what? I don't get this. Other than Nikki Cross's hometown, like, why would Alexa Bliss not compete in action on the go home for any of the pay-per-views she's competed in?
Well, you have to look at it this way, right? Alexa Bliss is homegrown, right? And she's very young. They have a lot of talent not being utilized. People want to leave. If we don't need to force her into something, if she's still recuperating, let's put her on the shelf when we need to. Let's have a pitch count, right?
No, I get that.
Because it's about longevity, right? Because right now they're losing out on wrestlers they had some investment in. People are leaving, and it's gonna continue to happen. If you lost Sasha Banks already, right? That's a prominent figure in that women's movement. You can't afford to lose Alexa Bliss, and injury is one way to lose a wrestler.
Definitely not.
And Rip Rogers says that everyone's got a bump card.
Who the what?
What? The Hustler, Rip Rogers.
Oh, that guy.
So he said that everyone's got a bump card, and there's only so many bumps you can take, and he's absolutely right. So why not lighten the load for Alexa Bliss?
You know, and she is something. She is an on-screen personality. She's good on the mic.
Yeah.
They're still putting her on screen. She's still visible. Right?
You know who's not good on the mic? Dana Brooke.
Yo, but we're not gonna talk about Nikki Cross though, real quick.
Yeah,
Well,
Nikki.
well,
That little baby face, but yeah, at the end with that little sinister look, and not only that, but winning that fatal footway, right?
Yeah,
she got the W. She definitely got the W.
hometown thing.
Hometown thing, right?
I don't
But
like
it was
that she
nice to
didn't
see.
rip Alexa Bliss off the ladder when she
Right.
interrupted her and freaking and then took her down on the off the ladder. Put my glasses on here, 'cause, you know.
Go ahead, yo.
Old man Rivers,
Yo, what's happening, bro?
Shout out to Rip Rogers.
Oh.
Yeah, so
He's gonna kick your ass.
He's going to hurt you.
Look at that bottle. I feel sorry for you. So after Mojo Rawley, after Alexa Bliss, after Nikki Cross, right? We got the contract signing between Vince McMahon's twins and Becky Lynch. Yo, you want to move the fucking Trello, bro?
Oh, my
God
fault.
damn it, man. So
The twins and the man.
Lynch, Flair,
good-looking
and
ring.
Evans. Yo,
this was good. I like the work here.
Lacey Evans.
Yo,
I'm liking it. That's the one positive of this angle.
she could hold the mic.
You know, it's positive because it's the most refreshing angle because we haven't seen it, right? But also she's keeping up her weight, yo. Like they're dishing it out. She's kind of responding and it works. It's believable, right? And you know, there's some legitimacy to her. You know, she was in the military, so she knows she's a lethal weapon. And her in-ring work is not terrible, but the mic skills have been very impressive, man. Because we didn't even see that on NXT, you know. It's working, man. It's working. The only thing is, yo, it's dry. It's dry.
Because I feel like everything that everybody else brings to the table, we've seen.
Wait, who's
already.
dry?
We've seen it, and we've
Becky Lynch, Charlotte, and
Lacey?
You know,
I think Lacey's
If it's
fresh.
dry-
If anything, Becky and Charlotte are dry.
well, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, okay,
That's
okay.
exactly. If you were here in the last 3 minutes,
No.
that's exactly what we were saying. No, but I think you know what it is that in the bed that Becky sleeps, there's too much gold.
How you know?
You know, because you know you have the man with both the Raw and the SmackDown women's titles, but you also have her counterpart now. As we find out, they are official.
Hey.
The Universal Champion Seth Rollins has definitely seen what's beneath the curtain.
wow.
And the
Hey.
carpet matched
Nah.
up grapes.
I fucking knew it. I saw you walk.
Yes.
Dude, that had nothing to do with anything. I feel
Take
like.
this chance to apologize to absolutely nobody.
All right, that's it. You can't play with this anymore.
I lost my soundboard privileges for the next 3 minutes. I put myself on timeout.
You know,
Yeah,
who,
man.
you know who actually had a good match for once? Baron Corbin.
Yo, I'm not mad at this.
Baron, and
You do not beat Kurt Angle and then lose to Ricochet, dog. I'm sorry. You gotta beat Ricochet. You gotta take the W on this. And a great match. I mean, a lot of the missed
No,
spots.
nah.
I mean, a lot of
Do not insult our intelligence by
I
saying
would-
if there was
yeah.
anything on Raw was great.
So, all right.
It was subpar.
I have yet to get to the great part. But yes, yeah, this shit was all crap.
So
leading
so
up-
why? Damn.
But
Bro,
it
you
ended
hold
up-
on to your point.
It was better than SmackDown. It was better than
fucking with
SmackDown.
It was
I
better
said,
than
I
SmackDown.
said it was the A show of the week.
It was.
It's still not
But no,
saying
that's
much.
on the curve, bro. Don't give it an A. It's the B
Curved
show.
on the
C
fucking
word.
steep. Fuck that shit.
Damn.
Uh,
I mean, Baron Corbin's garbage. But anywho,
It was a good match. It was a good match.
it doesn't hurt Ricochet.
No, it doesn't.
It doesn't.
That's why I'm saying, like, I'm not mad at
But does
Corbin
it help,
going over.
Does it help Corbin?
Yeah. It keeps the ball going for his heat. He got heat.
Ricochet's popular. Like that in and of itself is enough to help him.
But is it gonna help enough to make him relevant?
Define relevancy. He's the top heel in the company.
And that's why the ratings are down.
I don't,
Yeah, I
his
got
fault. It's- touch your ass, bro. So it's not his fault. They give him a script. He reads the script as unenthusiastically as he does. That's his bum ass character, but he's playing it
Listen,
to
listen.
perfection.
If you're lactose intolerant, it's not your fault. Doesn't mean you chug a fucking glass of milk. All right, you leave it the fuck alone.
Yeah, right. Motherfuckers be drinking lactate out here
You're right.
all the
You're
time.
right.
The lactate's
Delicious.
dope.
You included.
Delicious.
Lactate's dope.
So,
And Baron Corbin ain't lactate, bro. That's what I'm saying.
So Rey Mysterio has a segment with Cesaro backstage
Yo,
that leads
that was
to a match.
interesting.
Dog, Joe needs to choke out Dominic.
Yo,
nah, Joe's gonna end up wrestling Dominic.
yo.
I'm sorry, he has to do something like attacking him.
Joe is going to beat the ever living shit out of Rey Mysterio. Dominic's gonna jump in, and at Extreme Rules, we're gonna see an Extreme Rule gimmick match against Samoa Joe, which I'm fucking here for. Cause if someone's gonna have a debut match, against Samoa Joe in a fucking gimmick match,
That'd be dope. That'd be dope.
yes,
We
sign
are
me
here
up.
And if you
Baby.
noticed, he
Sign
did
us
throw
up.
in there that his son, Mysterio, made a point to say that his son is training.
Yeah, his son's been training since he was like 7.
But they aired it, right? Like they made it a point that he's in training, etc. So, but yo, it was interesting to see Cesaro come out like that. Yo, he talking about. He said that it wasn't his son. He straight up said, "How could that be his son? Look how tall he is."
poppy.
That's funny.
Yo, it was good.
How
to
about the
see
spot?
Cesaro.
Well, I guess they move on. The next is the actual match. He tries to do the Swiss 19.
Oh
That
yeah,
was dope.
he
That was
kind of
dope.
botched that a little bit, but
Yeah.
he recovered. Yo, he's a fucking professional, man.
Yeah.
This guy, he makes everything look good. Even his
Yeah.
botches, like he was able to recover mad quick. But moving along,
The Fatal 4-Way. So, like I was saying before, man, Dana Brooks' promos suck. She sounds like she's literally running for a beauty pageant.
give me the mouse, you piece of shit.
She's going for she's going for fucking Miss Universe every time she she talks on the mic.
I mean, she talks on the mic like she's at a bodybuilding competition, but it's also they've all been terrible.
Yeah.
I mean, with the exception of Nikki Cross, because we haven't seen her on the mic too much, but Natalia has been atrocious lately. Anytime she's around the mic, it's just she'll go up in flames because it's been terrible.
Yo, when
Right?
has Natalia been good on the mic?
No, but
Moving
now it's been fucking atrocious.
Moving on.
Like,
Shout out to Corey Graves though. He
No
killed it
rhythm.
on commentary.
Moving on.
Oh, and Alexa Bliss.
What are we doing here?
Blaming shit on Royal Baby.
Firefly Funhouse.
Let's get it. So Firefly Funhouse.
oh my,
What? What'd you call it?
Firefly Funhouse.
is that what it's called?
Yeah, but not like that. What a segment. Finally, the payoff to what we've been waiting for.
The newest member of Slipknot, baby. Woo!
El Cuco.
Hey, cuckoo.
Yo, watch your kuka. Yo,
What do y'all think, yo?
fire. So, actually, the mask designer had a lot to say. He was on his Facebook, and he was talking about how like Bray
was
Wyatt
that?
was a genius. Oh, jeez, I forgot his name.
It's
But, like,
there on the I'll tell you right now who it is.
He
It was
talking
this guy,
about-
artist Tom Savini.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
So Tom Savini was talking about how like Bray Wyatt's a genius. He was so easy to work with. Bray Wyatt hit him up with like fucking mad text like in the middle of the night, like yo, look at this, look at this, look at this. He was able to like sketch it out, and they worked together. And what I most got about all of that is that Bray Wyatt cares so much about his character and like all the nuance to it. He is writing this shit from scratch. This
just
is
from his
own-
promo work from beginning,
Before,
you can
yeah.
tell he's always been into his character.
But a
But
lot of detail to it.
I don't blame anything that's happened to him.
Is
I don't blame him for anything that's happened to,
could
his
that
character.
be? Could that be?
We're not live
a
anymore.
testament?
I don't know. It's not going live. So fucking.
Whatever.
Whatever.
Could that be testament to why his characters have been able to go over, or as far as at least with Vince, right? Because there's so much work and thought. It's so thought out and so complex that's why they love it. But then eventually they ruin it because they try to overbook it, right? Or they misutilize it.
Or
right?
underbook it, really,
Or
when you
underbook
think
it, right?
about it.
Or underbook it. But
Right.
you know what I'm saying, right? Like,
Yeah.
they made Bray Wyatt was an awesome concept, and they fucked it up. They fucked it up by making him take so many L's, right? No legitimate title reigns, no legitimate domination, right?
He had a
And
whole
he had
tribe.
he had a whole
and
tribe, a stable.
and
Even
nothing.
Daniel Bryan was part of it at one point, and they let it fucking squander, right? Now this is another opportunity, and like he's putting in the work, and
You
that's
think-
why they like
You
it.
think they use Luke Harper?
Nah. I think Vince at this point is just gonna let him like die on the
That
fucking,
sucks,
yeah.
man.
Yeah.
I hope not.
Killed his whole career, yo. I'm
Well,
mad
that's
as
the
hell.
first great thing about Raw, don't you think?
But what is
The Firefly Funhouse.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I just don't know where it goes.
Well, nobody does. I mean, hopefully it's something positive.
I don't know if I like the mask.
I think I need one of those.
You don't like the mask?
It looked cheesy.
Nah, bugging.
Like I
That
just
shit
need
look
to see how it,
creepy.
and what and how is it used, right? Is it like he's gonna come out in the ring? All right.
Where'd you pull that out of?
Don't ask.
Hey,
But it works.
mama huevo.
Sky,
So,
bro.
you know what I'm saying? Like,
Wear your pants.
what's gonna happen? Is he gonna come out of the ring? Is there gonna like what's? I just need to see. I'm interested, right? He just looks like he came out of a circus performance, so I don't know.
I love it.
It's interesting though. It's something different, and he's with it. He looks great. He looks in phenomenal shape for his physique, right? Cut down his beard, and the promos are excellent.
You know what
It's
wasn't
creepy, man.
different? The storyline of let's keep away from Braun Strowman.
Word.
Hey,
Bliss
but
mom the Heifa.
My favorite part of the night.
I really like the main event.
So let me tell you, what seemed to have been something that was gonna be repetitive, like a repetitive storyline between Braun and Sami Zayn, like last week and a week before that, instantly in 1 week turned into a potential rocket strap, yo.
Rocket strap.
Yo, rocket
Sami
strap
Zayn?
for Sami fucking Zayn. Sami Zayn gets into this match now. He wins the Falls Count Anywhere for the right to compete on this Sunday's pay-per-view for the spot on the Money in the Bank ladder match. I think now I'm torn because now I want him and Andrade to win.
So
And
here's-
it's like if Sami Zayn is to win this match now, he's Mr. Money in the Bank. Yo, main event picture, you got some shit. Yo, he's he's annoying. Like
Before we get to
top
like,
heel.
the Sami Zayn part of
Edge.
this, what
Oh.
we're ew. What we need to discuss is Baron Corbin having a stable or what? Like,
A stable of waiters?
Is Shane McMahon having one?
yo, cause like Shane McMahon's ordering these guys around, right? Baron Corbin is taking orders apparently in his vestment, but
You want fries with that?
yo, with that shake,
Hey,
wepa.
that's a
But
shake.
so
Shouts
we got
Bungle.
Bobby Lashley, we got McIntyre, we got Baron Corbin. Now we got Sami Zayn and Shane, a 5-man.
Well,
stable?
no, because Sami Zayn got double crossed, and poor job on the commentary on that part. Because at the end of the match, Baron Corbin shoved Sami Zayn back out to Braun Strowman after the fact. So
They needed to sell that.
And Cole did a horrible job in selling it.
Oh, and
They just brushed it off like it was and now Sami Zayn is back in front of Braun Strowman. He's trying to get away. Like how did
Michael
he-
Cole.
like, yo.
Michael Cole.
Yo, terrible.
It was, before you go on your rant, it was the only one spot I caught tonight. So not too many complaints.
Well, here's the
For me.
biggest part of the night because I completely forgot until you just said this. After the Firefly Funhouse, like we just saw a major character
Yo.
development.
Oh my
You've
God.
got 3 announcers standing up, staring at the camera, going, "Well, on Sunday we got Money in the Bank."
Yo.
Yeah, yes and no, though. Yes and no.
Your
Yes and
no,
no.
hold on. I got you, right? Your job is to build storylines where they may or may not exist. Your job is to ensure that the audience is fully vested. You've got to sell like your dick's on fire. And what happens after a major 4, 5, 6 week character development twist? Well, here's the next topic. No,
I don't know what that was.
And then we get to the main event, right? That little but very important point, right? That Sami Zayn is not a part of us. He's just who we had to feed to the wolves.
I love the desperation in the story that they told, because yeah, Baron Corbin, and first Baron Corbin came out. He needed Braun Strowman not to be in that match for Money on Sunday. Then Drew McIntyre came out. He needed Braun Strowman not to be in that match. So they were both desperate to fucking attack Braun Strowman. The story was, we don't want Braun Strowman. And then, after that match was over, now that you solidified that Sami Zayn is going to be in the main event, in the ladder match, yeah, fuck him too. Throw him ass back to Braun Strowman, because now I want Sami Zayn to be fucked up for Sunday. And they kind of, they didn't do a good job doing it, is what I'm saying. They kind of brushed it off how they mentioned it, but they didn't elaborate on it. And you needed to kind of sell that point. You got to sell that shit, because now, okay, now you think, all right, now Sami Zayn is in cahoots with Baron Corbin and Drew McIntyre. Now they're gonna have a 3-man guys in the actual match.
But you gotta build the story. Like, you've gotta outline the story for the audience. Like, you gotta say, wow, Sami Zayn's really on his own now.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
You got Drew McIntyre, who's got backup from Bobby Lashley, who's got Baron Corbin. Baron Corbin and Drew are gonna face each other. What's gonna happen there? Sami Zayn is now in the match. He just got fed to Braun Strowman. Like, that's compelling storylines. Like, you could build something out of that, but you told us nothing. Like, you didn't make that a point. And it's been happening. Go back in our archives. I've mentioned this on several occasions. Yo, there are times where the fucking announcers do not focus on the story at all. At all. It's just fucking divas and fucking, like, Total Divas this, and another pay-per-view in Saudi Arabia,
everything else,
and buy T-shirts on.
It's
on
like they have
not
HPC
being
shop.
in the moment.
It's like they have some crazed guy in their ear or some shit.
But
you know
even
what?
then,
But it's a
like,
shame though, because like, you know what, Morrow would have been able to eat all that up.
Yeah, like, he would have been.
Tom Phillips would have been all over that.
Yo, son.
So then let's get the right guys in there, man. Come on, stop playing games.
I thought Renee would be great on it. Yo, she's not.
Nah.
I thought Corey Graves would be awesome, and he's got his moments.
Corey's fine.
But he's like
Corey's got it. He just feeds off people though.
he's the color guy, right? Like,
He's a
Yeah,
color commentator,
yeah.
so he needs to be able. The pitch person has to be consistent.
Yeah.
But
And Michael
yeah,
Cole is one
man.
of the best to ever do it because he's had so much longevity.
No.
It's just not my cup of tea.
Ever
right?
since Michael Cole started on fucking SmackDown with Taz and shit.
I kind of like that.
Yeah. Why did you like that?
Cause Taz.
Cause
and
of
him-
Taz.
Yeah,
Cause
Taz
of
held it.
Taz.
Taz
That's
held
right.
it down.
Taz and Michael Cole did a good job together.
Yeah.
Like, they fed off each other.
Yeah.
And more so Taz than Michael Cole. Michael Cole, he would just tell you what's happening. But at least he would tell you what's happening.
Yeah.
And then Taz gave you, like, the in-ring perspective, and you got the full story from the two of them.
JR and King will always be legendary.
Well,
right?
yeah, I mean, we're not going to fucking...
Well, but just the dynamic, the
Yeah.
chemistry, right? And Cole and Graves don't have that.
Cole has not done that on, in prime time as the head guy. Like,
Do you
he
think
just,
he's just out of his time at this point? It's time for him to move on?
no, I think it's a combination of things. I think he's developed bad habits in terms of, like, what he's focused on in the match. I don't think he's focused on, like, any of the storytelling that happens between the bells.
Do you know what's the one thing I noticed, especially this week, and watching the product, is that nobody even like calls out the moves that are being made in the ring. Like,
Great
that's
point,
simple.
great
That's
point.
precisely my point.
I mean, they're not
You know?
they're adding on to the story. They're not informing the fans of what's occurring. What are they watching? What are they seeing?
Aside from the fact that we're putting, commercials in the middle of matches and shit, right? Like, that's obviously a momentum killer. Like, that's total garbage. But when you're watching from TV, like, you need that voice that narrates, like, the story that kind of gets you to where you're going.
How are the
Oh,
kids gonna
get
know
there.
what the fuck is an Acai Moon song?
Right? Like, when's the
Because he doesn't say it at all.
Oh wow, what beautiful chain wrestling! Oh look, an arm drag. But, like, we're not getting that part of it, and then since you're not getting that part of it, you're also not getting, like, oh look, the heels gaining momentum. Oh, the heels in the middle of the heat. Like, oh, the heels pounding down. Man, like, he's really. Oh, how will Roman Reigns really get out of this one? No, instead we're getting, wow, he's the big dog. He's the big dog. He runs this yard.
Big dog, big dog, big dog,
Ignoring,
big dog,
like,
big dog.
talking about the Shield, talking about other things, ignoring the story from belt to belt. They'll talk at nauseum about you know, the big dog's yard, and he beat the Undertaker, and blah blah blah, whatever. But they won't tell you like, oh look, maybe he's positioning himself for a fucking spear, maybe he's not. Oh man, you know, they'll give you moments, like he'll give you a couple of moves, but
and he used to be able to do that. That's the sad part. He used to be very good at that. But once again, the announcers can only feed off the performance they see in front of them.
I think somebody
And if
got
the wrestling
smack
is
up Michael Cole.
uninspired, the announcing's going to be uninspired.
Nah,
so you
because-
see the trickle effect.
yes and
Starts
no.
from the top.
Yes and no,
Trinkle.
because I've seen good matches get undersold by Michael Cole and company. Like it's just
Yeah.
kind of like, oh man,
Yeah.
what a move.
But we've
No, what
also
do you
seen
mean?
great
Oh.
matches not sold.
Oh my God, he really took him
That's what you
down.
just said. We've also seen terrible matches oversold. The big dog, the big dog, the big dog.
Yeah,
Right?
Yeah, but that's you gotta know
Some
the
could
movement.
argue that Roman Reigns' entire career has been that.